So here's a guy in a political context, like he's not a nobody, and what he's saying is that the Canadian government kept track of something like 30 million cell phones over the course of COVID. I didn't know there was that many cell phones in Canada. Like honestly. And so I made a deal through TELUS or something, and okay, yeah, we're absolutely guaranteed. They're not gonna. There's certain information that the government didn't have, and all that. And they actually wanted to extend this spying that any government would want to do. But while there was no discussion in Parliament, they just shut down Parliament again. They are constantly shutting down Parliament because they don't believe in democracy. They don't believe in the Conservatives questioning whether or not they should be getting detailed information on where you are every second of the day. They don't think that there should be a conversation about that. It's kind of a pattern, okay? I could fucking punch something, except for I'd break my little bones in my fingers. But just spectacularly demented and oh my god. Okay, so naturally, this kind of outburst is enjoyable, but it leads to insomnia in the evening, and so you want to settle down. And okay, yeah, it'd be great for them to know where everybody is all the time. It'd be terrific, right? Lots of things they could do. That they could track criminals. They could figure out how to control traffic on the street. So it's just an infinite number of things that they could do with that information. The problem is that if it was the wrong government, and we have the wrong government, then they could use that information to track all manner of different things, couldn't they? Like whether or not you attended a rally for Maxime Bernier. They would know, or they could know, or whatever the arrangement it is that they had with TELUS. Okay, so didn't TELUS, I don't know, okay, the Canadian government hasn't decided whether or not to accept 5G or not. So, okay, forget it England, forget it Australia, forget it the United States. We're going to bring a telecom giant into Canada and threaten the United States, and they're still thinking about it? They're still thinking about it. My guess would be that there are people in the Chinese Communist Party who know where you are, what you do, what you buy online, what pornography you watch, who your friends are, how many times you've voted conservative. They probably already know everything, every boring detail, every irrelevant thing that a computer the size of God could know about anybody. They know it already anyway, but we're going to hand it over. And here's an interesting thing. There's a few interesting things here, isn't there? You go on way back. The we wouldn't exist because they were starving. Canada fed them during their little revolution, through their industrial enlightenment. They were starving and Canada fed them. Right? Wonderful thing to feed a population, but they wouldn't exist without us. That's literally true. And here's another thing that's literally true. There's First Nations, because we couldn't manage to get them internet connection, already went 5G. It's already happened. And you got this scientific guy saying, oh, don't worry, we'll keep it under control. And this other political um, politically and intellectually challenged, saying, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about maybe they're going to be spying on what you're doing." Right? You don't even need. Okay, with the agreement with TELUS, you didn't even need a discussion in Parliament. No discussion necessary. The basis of democracy is discussion, but we don't need it here because they're smart enough to do it. And so you might I'm sure there are people around that could say, well, yeah, it's not that big a deal, and it might even be exactly the right thing that they're doing. You could say that, but they wouldn't let the opposition parties discuss it. They're trying to push it through Parliament right now without allowing any discussion in Parliament. You don't hate anybody unless you hate them. They definitely hate me. They definitely hate me. They definitely hate people who would speak like this. Definitely.